So this is the first ever live of MC House. The Myanmar program is in session today. Yes. No one's arrived yet. I see one person there already. All right, now two. Let's see. Hello everybody, welcome. Yes. Welcome to the first ever live of the Foreign Myanmar program on MC House. Here we are, yes. How many have we got here? We're around 10 already, yes. All right. Now, the main reason I've made this live today is that I've had some followers asking me about wanting to see me asking these Foreign Myanmar questions live. So here we go. Why not do it? We've never done a live before too. So we're just going to jump right into it. Our guest is ready. Let me invite her in right here. Welcome everybody again. All right, she's coming. Our guest, Johanna Spaude from Germany, is going to be in here in just a second. All right, everybody, please be patient with me. We have 40 people watching. This is so cool. Let's go. Hi, there we are.
Mingalaba. Hello.
Mingalaba to you. Here we have our pretty live guest. She's absolutely ready. Look at her.
You hear me well?
Yes, I can hear you well, and you look very
Perfect.
good.
Thank you. You as well.
Yes, so we said we were going to start the live at 7:30, and now we have our time at 7:33. Why don't we just wait for about just a couple more minutes, and then we'll start, okay?
Yeah,
We
sure.
have 60 viewers already. Yes. People are watching. We're ready to share our Foreign Myanmar interviewing experiences with you. Here we go. Thank you again so much, Johanna, for doing this with me. I really appreciate it.
Yes, thank you for this opportunity. It's actually my very first live, so I'm also a bit nervous.
I see. I'm so excited. I can't wait to hear what you're going to say. And it's just like any other Foreign Myanmar live video. It's going to be casual and relaxed. I'm just going to be asking you one casual question after another, and we're going to do just great. All right. People are just coming in and in. Like just a second ago, I had about 50, and now it's 68. It's reached 70 now. That's a very good sign. Yes. So that's my mother telling me to speak a little bit more slowly. I can't actually, this is my normal rate of speaking. I think people can hear her. Excuse her. Maybe. All right. So that's my mom telling me to slow down a bit. But you all can understand me and it's all fine, right? So I don't mind.
On my
And
side.
I don't mind. Yes. All right, just one more minute, about 1 more minute, actually not even that long anymore. Let's start in about 10 seconds, I mean. So let's start in about 10 seconds, yes. Yes. You're wearing all traditional today. I appreciate it. You really had to go somewhere far to get that dress and then get another device from somewhere far away too. I heard from our messages back and forth. Yes, you really put in
Right
the
now
effort.
I'm actually on my phone, but the dress was at another place. I actually got it as a present for my birthday 2 years ago from a very good friend. So I thought it's a good occasion to wear it.
Cool. You could actually later, near the end of the interview, get a little further back from the camera and show the whole outfit to all of us so we can see how
I'm actually sitting at home,
gorgeous
so
it is.
yeah.
Yeah. Cool, cool. So let's start our interview right now, right at this moment. Here we go. So as everybody who's watched foreign Myanmar videos already know, the first question is just about the guest's name and country, which we all already know. That's Johanna Spaude from Germany. All right, so that's our first question. I usually ask like, it's not even a question, it's just name plus country. So that's just it, name and country. We're going to skip that one right away, all right? And we're going to go into our second question, which is just about how you chose Myanmar as your country to come and stay in. Like, out of so many other countries in the world there are, why Myanmar specifically? And when exactly you came here, and for how long did you stay? So that's just it. How come you have come to choose Myanmar? Since when you arrived and how long did you stay here? Please.
Okay, so like the very first time when I arrived in Myanmar was 2019, and I came for an internship. I was studying international media and computer, and I thought, why not choosing a country in Asia to do these internships? And I arrived just one day before the water festival. So my very first impression of Myanmar in Yangon was the water festival, Tadinjun, and so it's like crazy. Yeah.
Yes. Cool. And then you just stayed onwards?
I stayed for 6 months and went back to Germany to go on studying there. But I came back in my semester holidays because I fell in love with Myanmar when I was there in the very first time. And I stayed until last April 2021.
Wow, so you fell in love with your first trip. That's cool with our country. I'm so proud of it. Okay. So there are stereotypes these days about pretty much everything here. So I want to ask you about specifically Myanmar people in this question. It's about the real Myanmar people, the locals that you actually met and got to know in this country. So how were the local people that you actually made friends with and got to know here? Were they nice or how were they? You can just say about anything and it'll be fine. I promise you about your safety there. No one's going to come up to you, whatever you say. So it's about the people specifically. How were they?
In the very beginning, I must say I felt lonely because I arrived to a new country and I didn't know anyone. But it didn't take a long time and I found very good friends. Local people were super friendly wherever I went. I went to small towns, little villages, and everyone always offered me food if I want to eat something, if I need something, and everyone was always trying to make me as comfortable as possible.
I see. That's a very good impression you got of the locals. Okay. All right. So you can say about whatever comes to mind when I ask you the questions. You can be totally brutally honest with your answers. Okay, that's what we want. We really want to know the truth, and then we can work from it. So now the next question is going to be a little bit long, and the answer is going to be, I think, relatively a little bit longer than the other questions. So it's about your favorites and least favorites about Myanmar. So I want you to talk about favorites of your most favorites and least favorites of your least favorites with this question in any and every category that you can think of, like infrastructure, food, celebrities, culture, and about anything. For example, if this were a foreign Singapore program, if I can mention like a very famous Singaporean rap star or anything like that, you know, it could be really cool. So I want you to actually not go into the long and painstakingly tiresome details. All right, you can just say the name and we all get it. It's like we're all Myanmars here, so you can just mention the name and we get it. If you say, for example, Tanaka, we all know what Tanaka is. You don't have to explain where it comes from or anything. So I just want you to jump into a point like that. So I actually want you to tell me about your favorites about this country in any and every category that you can think of, going like my favorites about Myanmar in terms of culture are this, and that, and then you can jump into your favorites about people are this, and that. And after your favorites, of course, I want you to go into a list of your least favorites. So it's not just about for your favorites, for example, things that you merely like or enjoy. It's about things that you love and things that are really your favorites. Here we go.
Okay,
Let's start.
my favorites wherever I go are probably the people and the food. And in Myanmar, I really love Mahinga. Like I was crazy about it. I had it every morning from, I don't know, like from the little shops on the streets to the restaurants. Mahinga was my favorite morning. And yeah, besides, I really like the tea leaf salad, lakato, and I tried to redo it here at home. It didn't work out as well, but I really like it. And the person like who became my very first good friend and introduced me to all the local stuff and like showed me the real Myanmar was Zach. His English name is Zach, and he's part of the LGBTQ scene, and he's really brave and really strong. Like if I would appreciate anything, then if people would follow him and like so support what he's doing. He's doing drawing, painting, and everything. So he's like my favorite person in the country. And I really like about the Myanmar people that like every situation can be turned into a smile. I remember we were on a boat party and the electricity went off. We didn't have any alcohol, any food anymore. And in Germany, people would sit there and be like, gosh, what's going on here? I don't want this. Just like complaining, But there, people were like, oh, okay, I have a guitar. Oh, okay, let's start singing. And like the way we started smiling, dancing, singing, and it was beautiful. So I really, really love this. And like that everything can be turned into a smile and that the situation can be warm and welcome. What I don't like so much were the dirty little alleys, like between the houses in Yangon. Every time when I passed by, I was like, okay, let's move on, Yeah, it's not that easy for a foreigner who never had dirt and stuff to see it the first time and like deal with it. After a while, you get used to it, or at least I got used to it. But like it was not so. And I also don't like that foreign people have to pay for everything 2 times, 3 times more as a local. I know many foreign people have more money, but I was a student, and just because of my white skin, every time I was asked like, "Hey, please pay more, please pay more," and nah, it's not how it should be. Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right, thank you for your answers. And do you want to add anything more about nature, infrastructure, and stuff? If any?
Yes, I was in Bagan, and Bagan is like, oh, I love Bagan. So many pagodas, so many temples, and I went into a pagoda there, the Shwezigan pagoda, and somehow I felt connected, like as I would have been there years ago already, or if I know this place. And it's super hot there, and it was like dry season, hot season. So I was sweating, but I really enjoyed this, and like all the pagodas and all the history you can feel, and it's super nice. I would like if the train in Myanmar would be more advanced, because like we traveled with a bus and it took a very long time, and so traveling in a train would be better.
Cool. Okay, yes, we got a lot already. Now, the next question here, if there's anything you want to add in later on to the previous questions, it's okay. And if you want to explain anything more later on, that's okay too. All right. The next
Like
question
if I have
here, let me
any.
continue, is probably my favorite. Okay. Yes. So it's about your one unique Myanmar experience. It's relatively the most interesting question, I think, at least for me. All right. My viewers love this question too. It's about unique Myanmar experiences. So it's something that is unique only to Myanmar, something that you can get only in Myanmar and not anywhere else in the world, at least according to your experience, something that's true to you that way. So, for example, for me, I want to tell you about my unique foreign experience, just one.
Mhm.
I went to this country that is really developed and high class in the west side of the world. So I'm not going to hide it so much anymore. So I went to the UK once and I had this really shocking experience, I would say, because there was some garbage or trash lying around for quite a long distance from all the way to the airport to the hotel for a really long distance between the airport and the hotel. I mean, not all the way, but for a really long distance. I saw garbage and rubbish just lying around on the street side. So that was the kind of welcome that I got there. And I never expected it because I had been to other countries just as on the same industrialized and modernized level as the UK, and I had never seen it before. But I saw that kind of scene in the UK, so I was a bit shocked by that. Your unique Myanmar experience wouldn't be negative, I hope, but if it is, it's really fine. Whatever it is, either scary or shocking. I mean, you can just say about whatever it is. Like it can be a really bizarre experience that nobody would ever expect to. So something that is unique to Myanmar, please. Just one experience would be fine. What would it be? I'm really
Okay, I
on to
think
knowing it. Right.
what comes right now is I went to a little village with a friend, and this village is like on between many rice fields and on a little hill. And it was rainy season, and like the whole fields were flooded, water like 1 2 meters high, and the villages who were around this village were also flooded. So people there didn't have food, didn't have water, didn't have medicine. And my friend asked me, "Hey, Johanna, do you want to join a little like trip on the boat?" And I was like, "Yeah, sure, why not?" So we went on the boat and also packed water, medicine, food, and then we sit there and we're like driving with the boat over the rice fields, over the flooded rice fields, to a monastery nearby to drop off the food and everything. And what was so unique about this experience, and will always stay in my mind, a monk was sitting right in front of us, and he had nothing. He was just sitting there, like calm, not talking, not eating, nothing. And we all had umbrellas, and we're like, no, it's raining, no, it's so cold, oh, it's freezing. And he was just sitting there like, it was so unique, I always have to smile when I remember this. And also driving over the flooded rice fields was like the monks and the whole monasteries and pagodas in Myanmar. It's very unique.
I see. Right. All right. So you've had so many experiences here, but mostly positive ones, especially with the people and people things like how they treat you and stuff. Okay. All right. I like that because I think people are probably the most important part of the country. Yes.
For sure,
Now,
definitely.
this next question is our second last question, about our second last question already. We're going really fast. All right. And it has three parts to it. So the first part is I want you to rate your overall experience in Myanmar on a scale of 1 to 10, 1 being absolutely horrible and 10 being absolutely fantastic. So I want you to just give it a rating score like that on a scale of 1 to 10 like that. And then I want you to honestly tell us just say to me if you enjoyed being in Myanmar, like if you enjoy Myanmar or not. It's just an either yes or no answer that I'm looking for actually. It can be a little in the middle too, whatever you want it to be. But tell us honestly if you've enjoyed it overall. So that's the second part of the question. And the third part is just for you to imagine if you want to stay in Myanmar longer than the very long time that you've had already there. All right. So if you want to stay in Myanmar any longer there. So there are three parts of the question. Let me repeat very quickly. The first part is about rating your experience in Myanmar overall on a scale of 1 to 10. The second part is for you to say either yes or no. It can be also a neutral answer too, about if you've enjoyed Myanmar or not. And that's it. And the last part is for you to say, what was it again? The third part is for you to say if you want to stay in Myanmar any longer than already. So yes.
Okay,
there we
so
go.
like
That's it. I kind of stumbled a little.
On a scale from 1 to 10, I would probably say it's an 8. I really, really enjoyed staying in Myanmar. So yes, I enjoyed it. But I got sick because of the food sometimes, so this is why it's not a 10. And we had power breaks super often, so I think now I was just sick in my bed and not really so yeah. But on the overall scale, it's an 8. And I would want to stay long. The situation right now would have also stayed longer. Yeah, let's see when I come to stay, when I live there again. Maybe it would be for a long
All right, so there. How long would you stay if you want to stay longer like that? How long do you estimate?
Like now, I think I would stay for like 1 or 2 months longer.
I can hear you that well anymore here. I'm not sure about the what shares, but I can't anymore.
You cannot hear me?
Actually, I could hear you just a little bit just now, but throughout was fine. It was just now I kind of lost your voice a little there. So could you repeat about the last 2 sentences and also tell me if you want to stay any longer, how long it is? Please.
Yeah, like if I would stay longer, I think it would stay like for 1 or 2 months. You can hear me now?
Yes, I can. I can hear you when the mic is closer to you like this.
Okay, perfect. I would stay. Okay, perfect. I would stay like for 1 or 2 months and see how it goes from there. I don't like planning for too long, but I really want to stay or come back.
I see. Thank you. Thank you for saying good things about Myanmar and really expressing honestly about how you feel about it. Okay. All right. Now, this is the last part of Foreign Myanmar interview. It's just to say all the very best, a well-wisher. So it's just a well-wishing phrase, all the very best in English. In Myanmar, it's going to be Asasa Yaya Gaozom Chupasi. Asasa Yaya Gaozom Chupasi is how it is in Myanmar. So what would be it in German, your own native mother tongue? How would you say all the very best in your own style, in your own way? So just say it how you would normally say it, please, in your own language. And to all of us, or to the camera, to everybody watching, please say all the very best in German. Please.
Okay, liebe Grüße und alles Gute für euch.
Wow. All right. Okay. I can repeat that. I cannot.
Liebe Grüße. Liebe Grüße.
All right, we got it from you.
Und
so
alles Gute.
that was one little part, actually. I can't forget this part. I want you to show all of us your special talent or anything. If you have anything special that you still want to tell us, or if there's something that you feel like you have to share it with us, any special talent or anything special would be fine, like fluent Myanmar or whatever. Yes. So this is our just special part session. If you have anything for it,
Okay.
I'll be really happy. It'll be really good. But if you don't, I do. It's okay. It's up to you. Johanna, let's go.
Okay. My hair is like yellowish, like blonde, And because I'm born on Monday and because of this hair, my best friend named me with a Myanmar name Mua, like the yellow flower. And because I really loved Myanmar so much, I got a little tattoo of this Mua on my ankle. I'm not sure if I want to show it to you. Wait.
Wow, Nuwa. Yes, you are Nuwa. Yes, I love that name too. It kind of symbolizes the femininity and the softness of female in Myanmar too. It's Nuwa. It really suits you. Yes. I
Thank you.
meant feminineness.
Uh,
Femininity. Yes, femininity. Okay, so it was really good talking to you and getting to know all of these things about Myanmar that you had to say. Thank you so much. Thank you. All right, so everybody watching,
Thank you for the
this is probably about the end of the now. Yes. And for other people who missed it, if you want to rewatch it, it's going to be just posted a little after the live session ends. So if you missed it here, you can just rewatch it. Yeah? Yes, that's it. You can just rewatch it. And we hope to see all of you soon and in a better situation with everything and stuff, of course. Yes, there it is. So just see you now. See ya. Thanks for watching. Thank you so much, all of you. Thank you all
See
again.
you. Bye bye.
See you, Johanna. See you all.